You can expect all the art for my game to be this good or better. I win. Expired copyright? Seems good. It's ours. It's mine now. Me-able! Sucks to suck. Get your own stream, chat. Me-able! No JS on the server? Exactly. That's my preference. Me-able! Oh, I need to turn on some music. I'm not even paying attention yet. I forgot. I was just excited to start some code. What's up, chat? Okay. Let me turn on some music. What is going on? I was just like getting so excited to start writing this that I wasn't paying attention at all. All right. All right. Gamedev and OCaml sounds like a wonderful idea. That's what we've been doing. Okay, we've been doing it. You cannot shout out the current streamer. Got him. The Cooligan, nice name. Hey chat, exciting news. YouTube.com Teach Daily. We're gonna start uploading stuff here. VODs, do we have something about this? Yes, commands, edit, VODs. We're working on. We'll be posting slightly edited VODs with chapters and info regularly here. Please sub heart. Yeah, do you like the banner? I drew that today. I was crazy once. They locked me in a repo. But that does seem empty. That's interesting. I drew the banner myself. I also made this. You guys like the pause? I think it's pretty good. You know? No big deal. Just ordered my hoodie. Let's go! It's actually very believable that I made that. Thanks. I like to feel seen. You can expect all the art for my game to be this good or better. Oh, dang. Hey, thanks for the gifted sub. We could try and get a bigger one, Nightshade. There. Subscribed. Thanks, chat. Better? It gets better? The art will be this good or better. It'll be one of the games. It'll be one of them. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. I felt a disturbance in the force. And so I spent a bunch of time yesterday trying to think about how we were gonna, what genre. Well, we're far away from making the game, but it does look like we actually don't need this anymore. It looks like this right now. It's gonna be vampires and survivors, but maybe but with coding involved. At least that's what I want to do. Oh, we got him. Can you get stream to load? I win. Camlay. What's up, Jersey? Good to see you, buddy. I would never do something for you. Get wrecked. You're not safe here, Dylan. What's the stack? It's literally OCaml and Raylib. That's it. Like, that's all we have. But we're working on building an engine. Preferably now we're gonna make an ECS because I've spent like a week reading about it. So we're committed. Why are there so many people writing OCaml on Twitch? Who's writing OCaml besides me and Dylan? Well, there is not really like an OCaml engine, right? So we got to write that first before we can write a game. And if I get one more person saying that Dylan was streaming before me on OCaml, no, I don't know. I don't know who's, nobody's, I haven't heard that yet, but I'm waiting for the day. And then I'm going to be mad. I mean, he was doing OCaml before me, but not streaming. Wait, there's no game engine in OCaml? Why is you acting surprised? Well, I mean, like, there might be something, but we got to write one, chat. Oh, cool. Thanks, Razzle. If you miss a stream, fortunately for you, you can go to this VODs channel, Teach Daily. And you can sub here, and I've got right now this video ready to come tomorrow. Part 1. I got some other videos uploading, and we've got more getting work done. Tomorrow morning, smash the bell. Right here, all. Get all the notifications. I built a game engine with what? Shocked face? No, I just did a smiling face. See, it's just a smiling face. Thanks, Jalen. Now for 8%, you can get exclusive access. Exactly. Subbed. Let's go, chat. Oh, we should probably change this to say also VODs. People will bang it out. Okay. I still don't. So the only thing I've been trying to fit. Well, okay, so I did figure out a couple things that were cool yesterday. Why is of component? Something to number 1 OCaml Gamedev. Let's go. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to actually store the component values. So like my first thought is you would have, so I don't even know what you would do. You could have, like we can have a hash. Maybe we should just do the first round where we hard code which components we have. It still seems crappy though. Like we don't want to do that. The other option that we were playing with was that we would put the tables inside of the components, which I still don't really love. But it could be good as a first start to be able to start writing things again. See, no dromedary love still. Yeah, we're only bicamerals or whatever, however you say it. I mean, that's the OCaml logo, Nightshade. Not much I can do about it. Use combo key, entity, ID, component type. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what you mean. Actual camel hater. It's not that I hate them, Nightshade. Like, why isn't your name Dayshade? Do you hate the daytime? Checkmate. I've got you now, Nightshade. Use Jane Street Core or the default? Jane Street, usually. Nightshade's gonna get me so distracted. Escape terminal mode. I just press escape twice. I press escape twice and it does this escape sequence, which tends to work out quite nice for me. You have a lambda function in Java? I don't know anything about Java. That's what I'm saying. So I mapped it to do this. I think this is a pretty good one. When you start learning OCaml? December 1st of last year. What happened to my title? What? What? That exits terminal mode, Jersey. I have literally no idea what. Oh, we're just gonna go to Java with .stream. Is that what you're saying? Oh, wait, what did you? Oh, no, I changed the title. The title should have bicamerals, for me at least. Mine has 2. I still don't even know what. Yeah, I see 2 on my title. Mine looks like this probably won't work. Mine looks like this. 2x2 camels, exactly. Chat, are we getting subscribers? Ooh, 50 subscribers. Thanks, chat. I've been 9 last year, inspired me on a handwritten person Russ. I'm still not managing to finish it. Thanks. You're welcome. Glad to have wasted all of your time. Okay, chat. Should we do that each player or each component holds a table? Should it even hold a table? What if it just... Maybe we should just do table first just to start and we can actually see how far we can get. Let's do a poll. Poll. Implementation. Use a mutable. Use a hash table in component. Make separate. Manage tables elsewhere. Start poll. You guys got 1 minute to decide. When's the interpreter book in OCaml? We could. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I just wrote it down. We're gonna hopefully be ramping up some content, chat. Gonna be ramping up some content. Oh, sweet, Runers, that's great. Manage tables elsewhere? Dang. All right, well then we'll have to figure out how to do it without doing this. Okay. All right, well, it looks like manage tables elsewhere wins. So we're going to remove this. That's fine. We'll remove this. That's fine. We'll remove this. Okay, so I don't need this anymore. I was just showing Sam that. Be a struct with entity ID and component enum/flag. Can hash ability be a struct? It could be it can be a struct. It could have the entity ID, but it doesn't. So the thing that the thing that you're talking about, I think, are generally called archetypes. So we will do archetypes eventually, but we're just not ready to actually do archetypes. We can't do it yet. Am I using either anywhere? I am. All right, let's see if we can do the really simplest way possible first. All right, we don't need that one right now. Let's just do the same thing here, but good up, Usa. Oh, we need to do not. That would be another one that we need to do. Yeah, Oscar, I've leveled up my OCaml game quite a bit in trying to figure out how to do these queries. All right, hodl. So we need a world, right? That's the other type that we're missing, right? We need to create a world. Now, I wrote a bunch of other stuff that we're probably going to delete inside of here too. This is one of the things I was trying to figure out how to do. A world. So what if we just do this the dumb way first, where a world has things hard coded for what it has. When people normally store the component values, how do they move from entity ID? Like, do they just make a big list and however many entities they have, that's how big the list is? Do you understand what I'm asking, chat? Is it like, let's say you have, or however many components, so you have like component, we'll just do this inside of like a comment thing here. So like you have component 1, component 2, right? Are these both just like, if this were Rust or something, you'd have vec of like, you know, comp 1, and this is vec of comp 2. Oh, but they're sparse arrays. Okay. Right, because they're not always filled, right? Do we have a sparse array thing in OCaml? Because that's basically what we need then, right? Because this part makes sense, but it felt weird that I would just make these huge. Coming in the next version? What, really? Oops. Sparse matrices? Link me. Hit me up with this, Antonio, and then we'll copy it. Let's delete every other element and it'll be sparse. Exactly. Isn't the hash table basically a sparse array? Yeah, so that's what I was trying to figure out, like, because the other option is we can just do, instead of doing it like this, right? For our purposes, it might be enough that we just do this. We basically do like a hash map, and we'd have like entity, which is just an int, to comp 1, right? Oh, dang. Hey, thanks, Rusty Coder. Like, should we just do that kind of idea? Because that does seem like a viable option. I do want to read this though. Maybe not sparse. Ooh, is this a growing array? Oh, nice. I actually wanted this as well. That's actually nice because I wanted this as well at some point, so maybe we'll copy this too. How about M's within world and each end can have their own components? Yeah, but Calvin, then we're gonna have to, every time we like remove an entity or do stuff, we're gonna have to put so many things in memory. It's always gonna be hard to replace the touch of your love and your warm embrace. I wish I could go down my phone and erase all the pictures. Planning on indexing the queries then anyway. When we get smarter, we'll be smarter. Okay. So for now, maybe we just use a hash map. I think that gets us really far for the along the way. The Western thing was just because I had a font that I liked. That Western or that Kitty didn't do as well. So Abinav. Oh, okay, so you're saying ends within a world, and each end can have their own component. No T-Mux heretic. I know, sorry. I've never said anything bad about T-Mux. I just say that I don't use it. And apparently that makes me evil. Okay. So you're saying instead of a world holding components, we'd have entities. Basically not a real programmer. Yeah, I know, sorry. T-Mux bad because it's for TTYs. Yeah, there's a lot of opinions. I don't have any about it. Right now, I'm responding to my editor. Everyone say hello to the editor because he can't watch it right now, but he's going to be back here later for VODs. Speaking of VODs, you can go right here. Teach Daily. We're going to start uploading VODs here. I used to for a while. You can tell super consistently. But we're going to start doing that again. I'm saying you obviously hate T-Mux. I know. My silence is definitely. Sorry, Jersey. Okay, so let's just go with hash maps for right now, right? Do you still work at Sourcegraph? I am currently. Yes. Yep. I am working there. Daily? We're going to shoot to get videos out more towards daily, Wusa. Now, sometimes a VOD might be split into multiple videos or something like that. So it's not that I'm necessarily going to stream every single day, but we're going to try and get closer. I am anti-YAML. That part's true, Jersey. That part is a fact. No, I'll just come out and say it. I'm anti-YAML. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of big YAML. I'm not afraid of it. I know. You know, model is higher context and tagless final. Okay, I'll have to read this later. What, Oscar? Did you just try to copy? Well, so I was gonna call it TeachDV VODs, and then I remembered that I was watching some Soding or Coding, however you want to say his name, Daily vids, and I was like, Daily is such a better name for a like side channel like this. Okay, anti-YAML, Norway. What a language. Okay. So let's I need just a little bit more screen real estate here. Why not teach DV nightly? That would be pretty funny too. But teach daily, I feel like is nice because it, you know, it's like teach. Both of them start with teach D, which is nice, right? Daily, teach, DV. Like they look nice that way, I think. But I'm not gonna care too much about the name of the channel. First, I have to start uploading content to the channel. That's the number 1 trick content creators don't want to tell you. Is you need to start uploading if you want people to watch it. So that's what I need to do. Teach to every afternoon. What about here, chat? Did you know that you can do this? You can say like don't name things like this. You can have apostrophes, right? You can have apostrophes in name. So I'm proposing that we join Milady case. That's how we start casing all of OCaml is Milady case. Any objections? Milady is greeted, right? Like if we had this, let Milady is greeted. Fedora case sounds good. Dang it, chat, you're getting me distracted again. Let Milady. We'll add let Milady is greeted though at the top of the file to remind us. Look good to me. Exactly. Exactly. Do. Not even focused. How could we distract that? Ah! Well, so I'm still just, so, okay, so what would I do? So let's do this strategy, right? What would I do normally for this? Is it possible for me? I'm basically looking for this, right? Let's write this out. I basically want to do something like this. I want to have, I don't know, you'd call it like, type all, we'll do like struct all components, right? And what would it look like? It would have inside of it like a map, right? And that would be a hash map of string, I guess, or I don't know how I would say this. I would say like component identifier, but let's just say string to a hash map of int to some component type, right? Some t. But the problem is that this t can be different because different components have different values. Milady formatter when smart. Take it, that's what we're deciding. So how could I represent this idea here? This is like, this seems like not even possible. Antonio, any thoughts? Why do you need all the components? Because you can add, like, components are dynamic in the sense that like we can create any new component anytime we want. I wasn't even listening to the question. Let's list how many type of components we can have. A lot. Like off the top of our head, we can have tags, which just tag particular types of data with something. We can have health, position, rotation, speed, sprite. You can have whether it's like a physics object. You can have whether it's like a character that needs to move. There's like all of those things are components in an ECS. So we need to be able to look them up. Multiple lists for each component type and keep an index to an item in that list. Right, but I'm saying, how can I store that I have these so like basically we need to have, so we have something like this, struct component store. Okay, right? So I don't know how it, and this is basically just really, you can just say that this type component store is really just a hash map. This is like t, hash map of int to t. Okay, right? And then you'd have this component store. But then I don't know what to put here. No, I literally don't know how to make the type work. I need to look up components by name or number or something and have the type be different. Now, one thing I came up with is that we can do extensible variants. But basically they are ints, floats, vex. Oh, I see what you're saying. So I don't know, Antonio, is that what I want to do? Do I want to use an HMAP? I did look that up. I was actually reading about HMAP yesterday. There's one by Wensley, of course, and there was another one that I saw differently. Is that what I actually want to do? Component store interface. Yes, but I'd like to make it a little bit better. How does Bevy do it? Unsafe men transmute? They probably, that's a good question. Well, Bevy does a lot more of it at like compile time, I think. Archie. Is this before your Nyx time? Good. I was worried. The copyright expired. We can take this. Antonio Nunyo code. All right. Make. This, am I supposed to figure this all out in 1 second? Where's your tests, Antonio? How can I see what this is? What am I supposed to do with this? Yes, I can use extensible variants. Expired copyright? Seems good. It's ours. It's mine now. What's a good meme for, it's mine now meme? I'm trying to think of like, what's the, or like, it's free real estate. Yeah, this would be a good one. This would be a good one for this. Sorry, chat. I'll turn this back to... Oh, this doesn't even work? Whatever. Here we go. Spacing. Give it a white. Me, when I see the copyright header is from 2020 at the top of a file. Oh, communist Bugs Bunny. That would be pretty good too. But it's too late. All right. Try to avoid using object magic. I'm not going to do object magic. We can solve it without that. So here's an example of how we could do this. Okay. So here's what I was working with before. I'll show you another example where we could maybe make this work. Okay, here. It's possible to escape a Jesus kind of witness the same way universal type will allow me to think the question. Oh boy. I don't know if I'm ready for this. Well, let's come back to this in a sec. That's not how copyrights work. Looks like it is. I tweeted it right here. It looks like it's true. It's how the approach is pretty complicated though. Okay, so here's a different strategy, Antonio. Hear me out, okay? Hear me out. Oh, hey, thanks, Ballon. So what if I made an extensible variant, right? That's the name of this. And each component makes a new component type. And then they define an of component and to component thing. The only like sucky thing about this, it feels like, is that I'm storing them in kind of like a dumb way compared to what I feel like I would need to do. You know, it feels like I'm indirecting for not a good reason. Right, but then you could have all of these are like this. Here, we can just even write this, right? This would be like, the other thing you can use override the list constructor, have a list of components with different types. Yep. So that part is not the big problem. They need to be randomly accessible, Antonio, because what we're gonna do after this. Okay, what do you do next after this? So now that you've got some way to look up components, you're gonna make a query, and the query is gonna look something like this. I want and health and player. Okay. This will make it so that we get health and players. Okay. That means I need to look up in all of them and then give you, I was thinking a sequence probably. That hides the type T. Yeah, another option would be GATT, but then you can't recover the type. I need to be able to recover it. So in this one, if I do this, right? So like, let's say we are trying to make an ECS. Yeah. I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot of random stuff. So what if we did this, right? We say like component store is string component. This has to be a list, right? No, the component store itself is literally just string or int to component hash table dot t, right? And then you'd have type all components or something like this is a string to component store hash table dot t, like this, right? Looks at source table. Is this an easy? Right, where this issue is storing any and casting, we don't have that in OCaml. I mean, I guess we can say that that's the case, like with obj.magic and do, but I don't want to do that. Consider using bits. Generally have component limit for entities like 32. Okay, I see. Data.typeable in my Haskell. Mem transmute, exactly. Is this actually possible though? So this part I already have, chat. Like, I think I can already do this. Like, look, so we take an extensible variant. All of them have components. And so then what you would do is when you want to, like, unpack one of these, right? So let's say we do, like, let grab from components or something like this, right? And you have components, which is, like, an all components. And you have a key, right? And an ID. So then you would do something like this. This should give you a component, right? Table. Wait, why does this give you component store A? Shouldn't this be component? Oh, let's do actually module component. Can I do this? Wait, how would I do this again? Comp component. Right? Like, this should work. Is there any comp time reflection? So we could do some stuff, but I don't think it would work in the same way that Bevy would do. OCaml is GC'd, yeah. Or includes the information of the key. Wait, hold up. Wait, bitmapper. Okay. Antonio, what do you think about this? Component of component. Yes, so we can do this. Right? And if we just basically make sure that we never store a component of the wrong type to the wrong one, Which, like, okay, so I get it. That's maybe it's still not great. I mean, we could technically return an option or a result or other stuff, but like, the whole thing should crash if we store components in the wrong list. But like, I think that this actually works, does it not? I don't need obj magic to do this. Like, Antonio, what do you think? Look at this. If you haven't already, it's a nice write-up. Okay, we'll check it in a sec. I wanted Antonio to have a chance to look at this. This should work. And later I can think about some way to maybe not have to do these things, but it's just like, this is fine. We're not going to get, there's no obj magic. We can potentially fail. Lots of pattern matching involved. What do you mean lots of pattern matching involved? Man, chat's just sending me so much stuff to read. Oh boy. All right, well, I definitely don't intend to read that right now. Every constructor that you add to the variant, plus for extensive variants, you'll always need the wildcard case. Right, but I just write this, right? So each module just turns it back to its T. So now I have a float when I'm done. So I don't think I'm gonna write anything different because I already can do this part. I can already write queries for these that don't do pattern matching using the thing that I already did with this. Because like the type T is the thing that they're storing. Okay, let's try it out, shall we, chat? Okay. We may have to do a few little tricks to get some of this to work, but okay. I'm just gonna take this and we're gonna take both of these now. I'm not ready to do this. We'll just only have components. We'll only have ands. Okay, that's all good. I'm not doing this. We can get rid of a bunch of these. Although I do need to make sure that I keep track of some of these, how you write these functions, because I get a little bit confused of how to write some of these functions. Yeah, I think that's how we would want to write it. Let's try and write it let's try and write it that way. Type A. We've got component store to module component with type T equals A. ID A. Function components is this right? Oh, int. How did I do this before? Oh wait, that's not the one I was thinking of. I was trying to figure out type A, component store A, int A. Oh, fun. There we go. I just said fun instead of function. Nice. Components, component store is int to component. Oh, this should be all components. What type does it think this is? Int? Shouldn't that be right? This type has expression input, special type. Oops. Find. Oh, X. There we go. It was just in the wrong order. Let's go. There we go. So this one would take a component and get from our component store the value for a particular entity, right? That actually makes quite a bit of sense, chat. I think that makes quite a bit of sense. So to you maybe. Okay, here, I'll explain it. I'll explain it all here, chat. Okay, here. Are you ready? Badger, tell me you're ready. I'll start when you're ready. I'm waiting for Badger. All right, he's ready. Okay, this is a function. I actually don't know what the name of this, what you would call this, but you can think about this basically saying, hey, I've got a new type. So let me use this like type variable inside the rest of this function. Okay. So this is going to say, hey, I've got a function that takes all components. Say, what's all components? Okay. That's a hash table that maps strings to component stores. What are component stores? Those map ints to components, and components just another type. Okay. All right. So, okay. So we've got this all components, which you can just think is two nested maps, right? It's, names to component stores and components, and then like entities to their component, right? So then that says, okay, so I've got all components. Second argument is going to be a module, and we're going to associate the type T with this A, right? So in this case, here's an example. Health. Health takes float. Okay. So health's type is floats. You should think about health being like a number, right? It's just a number. It's just a float. And then it takes an entity ID, that's the integer, and then it returns something of that type, right? So that's what this says it does. And so then we implement that. It says, hey, we've got components and this module and an ID. So let's look up the component in there. Let's look. So we can call this instead. We could say, we could call this store, right? And you could call this, well, what would, so this one is the component store, right? So we could call this component. Yeah, and then this one would be value. And we're going to map this, right? And instead of doing this, we could say this, we could do and then this needs to return an option because we might not find it, right? So like maybe we don't actually have this guy here. Maybe this doesn't have a component. That would be more reasonable. Comp.id, it's just basically a string. Here, so it'd be like, it's just a way to uniquely identify the components. OCaml is a pretty cool website. If you want to get sweet OCaml merch, you can go to ocamlist.com and get some cool merch. Me and Sam are running it. So that's just like at the component level, chat. Okay, that's just at the component level. Find this is like raise an exception if we can't find it. Is that a Shopify store? No, it's a Teespring. But maybe they're the same thing. I got no idea. It was a picture of a camel with laser eyes. Didn't even know I was promoting. You should be though. Sam, can you get us 2 of these? Cause I want to wear this one around. That one's awesome. We've earned it now. Hey, it's totally fine, chat. Okay, like TypeScript doesn't have any problems. This would never happen in a different language. Per link to. I like how in the type it's like, well, we do have to link to a particular issue. It's like, this one's for arrays, but I mean, it's just the type system. What's up, Hacker? Good to see you, buddy. Bump, 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 beam, bump, dun, 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 dun. Type is invalid. Don't put the issue there. It actually checks to make sure you reference it unless strict mode is on. Do you know of any good resources for writing in ECS? So I've been looking and there's a lot of them for other languages with very different type system. So like the problem right now is I'm trying to figure out what's like a cool OCaml way to do it. Right? So for me, they haven't been as helpful maybe as I thought. There's a lot of them how to use ECS or to think about ECS. But how is comp.ofComponent implemented? It just looks like this. It pattern matches on this extensible type. So I think this will actually work. Like hilariously, this will work. Which is pretty cool. So let's try and do this. Let's see if we can actually put a component using Beve as inspiration. So some of it helps, but some of it made me think like, oh, I want to do it as cool as Beve, and maybe that was a bad choice. So it's definitely been helpful for inspiration. Okay. I'll take a peek at this one as well. I just got 8 more articles to read. I know and writing something that improved the TypeScript type system syntax. No, don't make it easier to write TypeScript types. That's exactly the opposite of what we want. We actively want to discourage people from doing it. If you make something easier, you'll get more of it, chat. Improve, you can just use any and as. Simple. Okay, so let's try this again. For now, we're just going to have... Okay, we need to put all of our component stuff in one because we've kind of scuffed it right now. So let's go back to here. Let's go back to our components. We need to just make a new... Let's just make a new file here. We don't have a component one yet. Component.ml. Do people usually do? Don't people actually usually do this? Module type component. Whoops. Couldn't type for a sec. But this isn't actually what we want to use. We want to use this. I wonder if we should just call this T. No, we should call it component. Type. What? All right. Module. Do camels kind of moo as well? I just write C, insert lace, get who bishop trash TS at the top of any TS file. Smart, Matavi. That pretty much guarantees, like, if you're also using some Gen AI tool like Copilot or whatever, that the rest of your code will be unmaintainable and therefore provide job security. So that's like a pretty good strategy, right? Like it'll kind of pick up the kind of code that you're looking to write and do that, you know? Self, don't use Gen 8. No, you want to, because then no one can read your code. There is a place near us with camels. Yeah. I probably just can search camel. Here you go. See? Close. It's close enough to home. 350 megabyte long type name regression in 1.46. That is a classic. What is an OCaml module? Something like a package? No. So it's not like a package. You should think of it as a namespace and a type and an object or a class without inheritance. But also, yeah, it's just like, it's a completely different thing. It's a module. Yes. The correct answer is learn to use it. Hashtag skill issue. Is it like a class? It's like a class in some ways, in the sense that you can operate on methods associated with a module, which is how I think most people think of classes. But there's no inheritance, but you can implement an interface with it. It's more like a burrito from Taco Bell. No, I don't know. Yes. What else did we do for this? We don't need this unpack thing right now. It's like an onion. You write module X equals struct. Can you assign other stuff to modules? You can, I don't think you can assign other modules to modules. I think. You can use MLI files, yes. As we get further along into the project, we will be using MLI files to clean up our interfaces and hide some implementation details and some other stuff like that. Yeah, declaration is a good way of saying it. Yeah, OCaml's like a parfait. Delicious, creamy, smooth, and having fun. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. And French. Not wrong. Not wrong. I guess I can just call this store and lookup, right? They're already namespaced. OCaml. OCaml. Well, clearly we need a hard fork of OCaml. We'll call it Freedom Camel. Well, it's kind of like French fries. You know? We. No, you. I feel like the OCaml joke's been made many times. Wait. Does O mean water? That's pretty cool. We. OCaml's like a parfait. Okay, Sam, are you still here? We need a parfait, an OCaml drinking a parfait shirt, and we should just make it a new inside joke meme. But we'll never really explain, but we can send this clip to people in DMs. to explain, right? OCaml's like a parfait. Delicious, creamy, smooth, and having fun. Wait, but you didn't grab the and French part. We need to get the French part, I feel, too. Smooth and having fun. We'll think about it though. But I do think we need to get an OCaml eating slash, I guess you'd say eating a parfait, right? I wouldn't really say drinking a parfait. Classic Dylan fail. Okay, boomers. Okay, boomers. French. Exactly. Right, we should do it like this, actually. Should we just call these lookup? Hashable. Nope. Cannot spell hash table for the life of me lately. What is Wes term? It's a terminal. This is a casing name for OCaml module. See module name, but also lots of module name. Oscar, that's my preference. I do not like lookup component or lookup component. Not a fan. Why can't Rust devs catch? Because they've never thrown and gone outside and experienced a regular life that most people can relate to and experienced friendship and camaraderie, but not the comrade style. I don't know. What? Why? OpenAI really... They panic. Oh, that makes more sense. Okay, well, it feels bizarre. It's a different mindset. Well, Bitmapper, we are doing some weird stuff today, though. Take it. It would be good if I could statically access stores, but I don't know what components we're going to add. Friendship? That's what we have in OCaml. Retweet. What makes OCaml different? The friendship. Simple dad dev joke. Teach ranting about Rust devs. I think, Mellow, there's a lot of space for people to do stuff that, like, OpenAI is adding to their chat GPT interface, like, better. Not saying that people will or all of them will be successful, but it just doesn't strike me that, like, all of them, like, it's all gonna be completely bad. So you'd want to have like let find T and ID. But this I don't really, I mean, I guess we can do an option, fine. We'll do the same thing. It's just literally the same code. I guess we could just say literally hash table dot find, right? We'll just literally do that. They're the same. Okay. So I need to be able to just add other components willy-nilly, right? I don't actually know at compile time every component that's going to be added to this particular system, right? Now it's possible we could do something where I just am not interested in trying to solve that problem right now. Maybe we can solve it later, but like looking it up in a table is fine. It's the lookup is the particularly difficult problem that we're trying to solve right now. So I'm not super. It's just whatever. It's just whatever, right? So this would be like let retrieve. We'll just call it retrieve or something like that right now. So this is where we're going to do type A, and we have a T. Oh, hey mom. What are you using null ls for, Hexaval? Like I wasn't really using it for anything beforehand, so I didn't really need to replace it for anything. So this takes a T, some module component. And so what are we gonna do? First, we're gonna do now this needs to also have some int. This is going to do let match. Maybe this is dumb, but we should say store dot find. First we need to find this thing in itself, right? Oh, we need to do let x is find comp t, which find takes a table comp dot id in. All right, we'll see. Oh, lookup. I'm gonna call this C. That's easier for me to reason about. There's one community manage. TGDV. Yeah, none LS. For diagnostics and formatting. Sure, but like what in particular? Because like most of the time I feel like you can just use LSP. So that's what I'm asking. Like what particular language or why? Mason seems pretty good overall. What up, Philip? Do you have any system for switching tabs or just use normal tab next, tab pre? Left and right for tabs if I need to. But those are on my thumb, so it's easy. So this should be a store, right? Option map. So this should be no. Oh wait, we don't want. Oh, we don't actually want. Is this right? Is this right? Component option. Nice. Let's go. Can we get a what? Wait, what? Warforged, what are you saying? Vampire Survivor stream? Business market research? When are you giving a marimba concert? That would be fun. Oh, for OCaml format? LSP should do it, Dylan. Like, I don't have anything set up. I just use LSP format to do it. Found out that I don't like ligatures. It's a fair take. Wait, but Warforged, what are you asking me to do? Mr. Now, because I'm waiting live, right? Yep. Yeah, you shouldn't need to use OCaml format with it. You should just be able to use LSP format. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like a lot of people just sort of have, like, they're like, oh, I need to do formatting, so I add a null ls. But then you don't actually need all those. What, do I need to read that? What do I need to, what am I doing with this? Bcache fs, advanced new file system. Oh, I need to figure out the file system shenanigans? What's up, Bertrand? Good to see you, buddy. So I really just need it for TypeScript. Yeah, of course. TypeScript. Its own pretty little problems. The next gen file system that's not ZFS. Nice. I don't know anything about file systems. I feel like such a functional programmer right now with bind and map and find like this. As an option, the that LSP was not functional by itself, but exposed to other LSP. I'm not sure what you mean. The same morning as VS. Please censor. Uses JS Beautify or something like that. I don't know. I don't really write JS. Have you tried Reason ML? Not a lot. Like, I know that it's just a syntax front end, but I haven't tried like actually writing it. So like, I mean, I know a lot about it because, you know, you ever use a for open set of mat.filter. Exactly. I mean, this feels really good. I'm not going to lie. Shenanigans is a funny word. It's a great word. All right. So we can delete this and we can delete this and we can delete this. Type component. We can probably just yoink a bunch of these and put them here. Some example components for now, because they do kind of make sense to go here. Okay, wonderful. So we can just call this lookup, and this is going to be component dot lookup dot t component. And we'll just comment this whole thing out for a sec. The field A in engine component, which is missing. I think it got confused because we added a new file. All right. What's the green triangle stuff in your editor? Green triangle stuff. Green. Well, I'm not sure exactly you know what you mean. Figured LSP is nothing by itself and need more plugins. Nope. So a bunch of it should be built into like NeoVim itself. And more things that are supported by the protocol get added to NeoVim over time. No JS on the server. Exactly. That's my preference. So like Vim LSP buff. Whoops. You can just look for Vim LSP buff format, right? And then, hey, format's a buffer using the attached optionally filtered language server clients. So you can just do that yourself. I think I just tried out recently, trying out conform, which seems to be quite a nice formatter. I've liked this one. But like, I was just doing it by myself before. I just needed this to do some stuff with here. So conform was pretty good. And this lets you choose to do... So this is like my whole formatting setup, basically, right here. Conform's good. No, I'm still using Jane Street formatting, but it doesn't do it for every It automatically adds it for some cases, but if it's like one line and stuff, it won't always do it. Yeah, it's very nice. This is really great. So this is my whole setup. Why am I getting so many? Yep, that's the right one, it looks like. Yeah, let me check. Yep, that's the one. It's really nice. Very simple. Doesn't try and do anything else besides run formatters. It's very good. Very, very simple. Maybe we should even think about doing a Take Tuesday on it. Holy cow, should we bring back Take Tuesday? Prettier D versus prettier. Prettier D is just like it runs a daemon in the background because JavaScript's too slow. That's literally the only reason it has to exist. Demons. Yeah, when you're writing with JavaScript, you do have to deal with demons. Demons make things faster. Yeah. Uh-oh, what's this? Dynamic typing. What is this? Oh, this is for standard ML. Oh, we could have used this. That would have made things simpler. With Matt, demon? No way there's a demon for freaking prettier. Oh, there is. Yeah, and it's the only way to get reasonable performance on safe, believe it or not. Why it's called like that? What do you mean? What deals with heard. Yeah, exactly. JavaScript with me. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Okay, so now we've got these two guys here. So we have a way to look up and we have a way to store. We also need a way to set something, right? Let's get rid of this so that we can have this here. Okay. So we also need to do like let set, I guess, right? Which you would have some here, int a unit. Yep. Fun t module. We'll say value. And then this would be find t comp.id. I guess we could just add this if it wasn't here, right? We should just add it if it doesn't. Yeah, we should. Let's just do that for right now. Okay. We'll just do find t comp.id. Let store option dot value. Okay, so this won't work because this isn't the right type. Okay, so then what do we need to do here? We need to add a like set here, I guess, right? Let set t id value key value. Whoops. Data. Okay. So then we would do this, right? We would go store dot set id component to value. Yeah. Yep. Peak that joke. When we go to the stable, I tell the horses hold yourselves when they're being impatient. Nice, Metaby. Is that a relatable regular thing that happens to you? Reason can be translated back and forth to OCaml using reformat. Yep. Yeah, I'm aware. Interesting. It's a long story. Because we have two horses, Cries and USD. Metamy, you should be probably gifting out more subs to Dylan. Like, kind of seems like. Well, we can read about it later. We're working on making a game engine in OCaml, my camel. Right now, we can do this. Pew, pew. Oh, that's definitely not what we're doing today. I didn't put today up yet. I mean, we're pretty much at Vampire Survivors. You know what I mean? I win. You lose, AI. Ha! Suck it. Okay. This is actually looking like it might work, which is kind of crazy. Ship it. It's too good by modern game standards. It didn't crash. It loaded quickly. There's no bugs. I haven't added the microtransactions yet. I've been sort of like talking with management back and forth. Like, do we want to do microtransactions like per bullet or per mob killed? You know? So I'm sort of, that's like the main thing that's preventing me from shipping right now. Because I just don't know which one. Both seems like a little bit obvious. Obviously, that's going to come in the DLC edition. Season 3 will release that we do microtransactions for both because we've gotten you all hooked, right? Like at the beginning, I'm going to pretend that it's going to be free to play and fair. But then like later, after you've been hooked on the game and you've spent a lot of times and have a lot of sunk cost fallacy on it, we'll introduce the microtransactions. Like you don't need to lead with them. I feel like you're kind of missing the point, you know? Verified standard file structure. You can read about like help. It's just, I think you can read about it here. Help config. It'll tell you where things get loaded and how they get loaded and when plugins get loaded. I would read some of these things about it would be good. Right, there's help runtime, I think. Runtime, maybe runtime path will help you as well. These tell you all the different folders and what they do. It's all in the help, chat. Or maybe a course from me later, but it's not done yet. Admin help reading when? I'm thinking if I can do it the Friday after Thanksgiving. So I was going to do it quite a while ago, but I did take the day off on Friday after Thanksgiving to try and do this. I've just been kind of swamped with a bunch of stuff at work that has prevented me from taking additional days off to spend the whole day reading and not accomplishing anything around the house or for my family instead of just sitting and reading help manual for 10 hours. So like it's still in my plans. Don't worry. Don't worry. Work? Question marks? Yeah, believe it or not, I gotta pay the bills. Okay. This all works. This is good. Oh, what's kind of cool about this that I didn't even realize before is oh, then you'd have to have the same T. I don't know. I'll have to think about this later. What do you think you're supposed to be doing when you're applying for jobs? Help me should send you to the course. I am thinking about making one. I'm getting kind of serious about it. We got some other stuff to do beforehand, but like VOD's channel's getting started up. Hopefully start making some stuff on the main channel again, and then maybe we'll shoot for it. That's kind of the goal. That's kind of the goal, chat. Okay. So now we have a way to look up components. We need to start writing some tests because I don't know. Run test -w, right? Yeah, nice. I don't know how to write code without writing tests. So we can start thinking about this, where we would do oh, this is what? Is it not engine? What did I call it? What is this project called? Engine OCaml. Oh. There we go. Oops. Is it not? I thought it was. Maybe we'll restart and see. Do I not have? Oh, do I just have? Oh, I just have components? No. Dune, libraries, Alcatest, engine. Can I not do that? Can I do this? That doesn't seem like it would work, does it? Okay, sweet. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Illegal. That is a, by the way, Antonio, that's a terrible default then for Dune. We should, like, I could submit it, but like, that's a terrible default from Dune. Because like, I'm always going to depend on the library that I just made in my test folder. It is a Dune problem because that's what gets initted with Dune init project. Sometimes I'm saying that's a Dune problem in the sense we should change the template. They call it the same name. Dune init project. This is what I'm saying. See, look at this. Test is also this. No bueno, please open issue. Let's go. Feature request? Bug report? I'll file it as a bug. Okay. Dune init. It's Dune init project, right? Dune init project foo gives poor default name for test. When creating a new project with Dune init project foo, the default Dune file for the test module or test folder will look like foo. Oh, this is what it is, right? Folder could look like test foo. Dune init project foo. Oh no. What now? It's literally me. Could put my face on there. Hey, see you, Sam. Thanks for hanging. Okay. This makes it really confusing to new people when they try and add their foo module or foo library as a library dependency in this Dune file. I'm not gonna put any of these other ones. I think this is fine. When creating new Dune foo could look like this. When creating this makes it confusing. Foo's library from some file. Dune project foo. Okay, that seems good. Foonie.com type royale. Here we go, chat. Let's do a new one. Leave. Let's make a new game. New room. Round time. Wait, what? No, not pop a word. Where's type royale? New room. We'll do perfectionist. 5 lives. And survival. You can only make 5 mistakes, chat. Okay. If you make more than 5 mistakes, you instantly die. Okay? So you can only make 5 mistakes in the game. That's what the survival means. Okay? Oh, shoot. What was the... Should we change this to console? What was the, like, Foonie... Code mode is true. Oh, did Acorn remove it? Dang, that's okay. Oh. Okay. All right. All right, here we go. 5 seconds, chat. We're going to start. Oh, boy. Okay. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no no no! Oh no, I'm choking! Oh no! Oh, thank goodness Massey choked! Oh my goodness. Oh, Massey, you were making me so nervous. I was getting sweaty. I was getting so sweaty. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Massey, you were making me so nervous. All right, we're gonna change it. This time you only get 3 lives. Only 3 lives this time. I just used QWERTY. Okay. Oh no! Oh my goodness. Oh no! I typed a period instead of a dot! I typed a period. Shoot. Annie, what's up? I did it again. Sorry, chat. One sec. Okay, chat, this is our last one, and then we're gonna write some more code, and I'm gonna win. Okay? Sorry. Kayleen was talking about dinner plans. Okay, we're back. We're back. I'm gonna get this one. I'm gonna get first place on this one. I'm not gonna choke. I'm gonna do it perfectly. Streamer luck, streamer speed. I'm not gonna be talking at the same time. Here we go. I'm gonna read it out loud, though, to screw all of you. No, I won't do that. Oops. Oof. No, I just literally... Oh, everyone choke. Come on. Bassy, choke. Choke, bash. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Bassy, you absolute rascal. You absolute rascal. Chat, I literally died. I don't know. You might be able to see it. I literally died from hitting an A right here, and my pinky slipped up to do this. Oh, that's a hurtful choke. Great work, Bassy. Great work. All right, let's do one more, but this one's just a time challenge. No perfectionist, no survival, round time, 30 seconds, max speed, doesn't matter how much you fail, okay? Doesn't matter how much you fail. You can go for the speed mode now. Okay, here we go. We're starting. Oh no! Oh! 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 Winners win, boys. Winners win. We're done. We're done. We're done. Winners win. Whew. Keep drinking Philly wins. No one plays anymore. I hit a home run. We're all done. Sucks to suck. Get your own stream, chat. I'm actually sweaty, though. I'm like legit, not like just saying like I was trying hard, particularly on the last few, but like I'm legitimately sweating. Like I'm sweaty. Oh man. Okay. Can I not do component dot? Oh, I can do this. Right? And then I can do... How did I do this before? I'm afraid that's why Telescope got invented when MCF is this. I had to guess. Extra functionality. It got exist. Hey, thanks, Antonio. It got invented because I was having fun making it on stream. The main thing was I wanted to do FCF with more Lua stuff. So I just was trying it. And it was kind of also like a way to stress test a bunch of NeoVim features. Lunar Vim's fine, yeah. Acorn, I think, also made the game too, yeah. What's up, Doculente, bro? All right, so let's say we do this, right? So now we've got ID of component and to component, right? So then we want to make a new, so let's do something like this, right? We'll say like, let test one. How does this normally work again? Test. We do something like test case. Yeah, so we go like this, right? Test one. And we say something like this, test case, test can find example components, quick test one. Right, isn't it? How did we do that before? Test case. Oh, it needs to be like this. Right, simple. Oops. Nice. Most of it silly. Just hear some people are religious about which flavors them. No, I think a lot of it's more. I think you see a lot of people say like you shouldn't use one at all, and I think there's some argument for building your own. But I think like testing them out or using some is good, or using one after you know. I don't know. I think it's fine. Oh yeah, no problem, Volt. How is this song? It doesn't matter how many times you hear it. So good. Okay, nice. There we go. Hey, we can talk again. I do want to ruin the rest of the song. Oh, I can use my mouse too. Look at this. Definition. References. You know? Definition. Back. Sometimes though, you know what I mean? What do I use? Did I call it like menu or something? Call it pop-up? It's literally this. So simple. That's all you have to do. Remove the pop-up menu, add a definition, add references, add a back. Boom. Sometimes though, you're sitting back, you know what I mean? Maybe you're sipping on some coffee, you want to just be browsing and you just want to click, you know? Not even a plug. No, it's just literally that. It's just built in. Pop-up menu. Oh, not this one. Pop-up menu. This one here. There you go. It's got it all here. You just make your own. Okay, so we add a component, right? So then now what are we gonna do? We're gonna do lookup dot set. We can say set. This takes a component. Oh, right, no. So we say module example true. Okay. So now we want to look this one up. Let value is lookup get module example, or it's find, right? Wait, that doesn't make sense. Oh, we want retrieve. This should be a bool option. Oh my goodness, I think it's working. Let's freaking go! Let's go! Let's go, chat. Now let's add another one. Let's set 2. Oh, let's set it to false. Whoops. Hey, Valve, I need my MMH audiobook. Exactly. Even the good parts. The hackable mouse-oriented editor of 21st century. Exactly. How do you open ZSH in an endnote tab? You just type term, and then it opens. Boom. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, so then let's say this one should be 2, and this one should be false. And then this one, we should say 3. This should be none. Oh my goodness, it actually works, chat. I can't believe it. It's actually working. What do those terminal plugins is for? A question I've been asking myself. I have addiction? Look at this. Look at it. Freaking look at it, chat. We can also do this, right? Component add module health, right? We don't have what? What don't we have in here? Oh, let ID is health, right? So then we can also do module health, and it's gonna say, yo, dog, you can't put this in here, right? You can put 1.0. Oh, it's freaking working! I can't believe it! Oh my goodness! So now when we look up health, I'm not going to say some true, it's going to say some 1.0. Let's go. Let's freaking go, chat. NeoVim is mostly C, some Vim script, some Lua. I don't understand how this helps you write React though. I actually don't write React. Are you like that? In case you don't know, I literally don't. Wait, what are you testing? We can look. So here's what we're doing, chat. Look at this. We made components. Standing desk? No, I'm sitting. Okay, we added components. They're different modules. Okay, modules are the types of the things that we're doing basically in this case, right? So look at this. Health says, oh, I want to put a float in here. We can do something much more complicated. Look at this. Module with record. And let's just yoink all of this, right? We can say cool, bool, num, float, like this, right? We can add this in. Now we say, hey, I also want to track with records. Okay? So then what are we going to do? We're going to add, instead of health, we say with record. It says, dog, that doesn't work. You say cool is true. Num is 1.0. So now instead of looking up in health, we're going to look up in with record. We're going to say, dog, that's not right again. We have cool is true. Num is 1.0. Yeah, if we have exactly this record, then it's going to work again. This one didn't, what didn't work though? Cool is true. Num is 1.0. Lookup tree with record 1. Module. I don't know if this actually works, so we'll have to check some of these things still to make sure, but I think we're getting close. Where are we here? Option map in 31. Whoops. Did we mess something else up here? I don't know. So we'll have to check some of these still, but we're getting close though. So that will look up for some changes. Tall chair, small guy. Exactly. I was user. You like 500 gold. Nice games. Oh, hey, nice. Nice. Wait, so what's wrong here? So then 37 would be wrong. Yeah. Look up module with record. Okay, so wait, that was working? Oh, I'm dumb. Both of these have example. That's why. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, nice. Okay, so there you go. So you have an index, a hash map by a type. Not exactly scribble amp. So that's what the ID is for here. So we're actually just doing strings inside of here, but because they all implement component. So what we're saying is all of these take something that have to be a component. They have to match this type signature. They have to have an ID. That's a string. They have to have a component. They have to have a two component. Now we could maybe do something separate for this later. Instead of like doing an ID, maybe they get an auto incrementing count or something like that. Right? Like maybe we could do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could think about some other ideas that we'd want to do instead, right? Like when you add a module, it gets back a number. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is okay. So we're going to get auto implementations for components in OCaml. The main ways. But I don't know how we would look them back up again, Nix. That's the problem. The main ways that you could get auto implementations are you can use like a PPX, which is basically like a macro. So you could write your own for that. Or you can use functors, which don't do exactly auto implementations, but they can implement a bunch of stuff from some smaller like module. So like functors are basically functions that map modules to other modules. I gotta send this to Antonio though. Does that answer your question though? Hey, so there's not like not the same way exactly that you can use. So you can derive macros like you have in Rust, but they're kind of similar, but they're not exactly the same. I've written some of them before, so you can do that. But OCaml doesn't have traits or like what you would call, I guess, type classes in Haskell. I'm not as familiar with Haskell. So it doesn't have some of the same things. So that's why we have to pass around, for example, modules like this as first class modules, but it's actually working. So this is super awesome though. So if you don't get what happened here, chat, we're on Pop OS and using Awesome WM. You can, I should have just said this. This makes it so that we can add or remove components at runtime, which is basically just like a nice thing to say. We don't have to do any fancy compile time shenanigans to try and find out every component that could possibly get used, right? And so what can we do? We can add different components like health, or this one's a record, or this one has examples or whatever. And then we can set values for those things using first class modules, an entity ID and a value, right? And then we can look those values up later, basically based on their type. And we know that they have to match. So we get kind of like the type safety of the components. The components have to match with each other, which is just really exciting, right? So like no matter what, so if we changed this and we said this needs to be number, notice how now this fails. And then also when we try and read from it, it also fails until we fix those. And then when we let it get fixed, it runs. Right, and if we change this to be like 2.0, let's just say, yo, duck, like that one doesn't match. No. Did not match, right? Just to be clear, we get the did not match right here. Okay, we change this back to 1. Bada boom, bada bing, test pass. So like we're getting this like type flow through the whole thing, which is like, I mean, definitely in my mind, like a requirement. But what's cool is it still feels pretty dynamic in the sense that we can add and remove components at runtime. We don't have to encode what possible components exist at the beginning of our system, right? So like a lot of people are saying, why not just make type world with like a position list? And then it would just be like this, and then speed list or something, right? And you'd have this. Doesn't really matter what they are, right? And so each of these would be like some lists or arrays or vectors or whatever. But that's still not what we want to do, because then I have to encode all of the things in the top level type. We don't have to do that anymore, which is great. So this is just really exciting. I'm excited because this means now we can start making components and we can start writing queries on those components. Okay. So, dang. Okay. Well, I have to go because we're going to go out for dinner.